Let's discuss in key points some more animals. To begin with, we have Tibetan wild ass or kiang. They are found in the high altitude trans Himalayan plateaus in Tibet and surrounding areas such as Ladakh in India. Hence, its habitat is montane and alpine grasslands. These are bigger in size than the Indian wild ass or khur. In fact, Kiang is the largest species of wild ass. Kiang feeds mainly on grasses and short plants. They are mostly nocturnal and they feed primarily at night. They are also good swimmers. These wild asses are hunted for meat and for their skins, which are used for making leather. The Kiang is categorized as least concern in the IUCN Red List of threatened species. It is listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Coming on to the next, we have wild yak. In India, the species is currently known from the Ladakh region. Wild yaks live in the alpine tundra, grasslands, and cold desert regions. It is listed as vulnerable in IUCN Red List. It is also listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, that is CITES, in Appendix 1. The species moves seasonally, descending into lower valleys in the winter. It feeds mostly on grasses and sedges. Its threats include poaching and destruction of habitat. There is also a danger of wild yak hybridizing with domestic yak. Next, we have Tibetan gazelle. In India, it is found in Ladakh but can seasonally enter into Sikkim also. It inhabits high altitude plains, hills, wetland margins, and stony plateau. As per IUCN Red List, it is near threatened and it is also listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Tibetan gazelle are hunted for their meat, hides, and fur. Habitat fragmentation is a very much cause of population decline. Coming on to the next, we have chiru, or we can also call them by the name Tibetan antelope. Chiru have long been hunted for their underfur, also known as shatush, which is used in making shawls. Other import threats include expansion of livestock herding into remote and previously unused areas. As per the IUCN list, it is near threatened. The species is listed on Appendix 1 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, that is CITES, and Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and are mainly found in Ladakh. Next, we have Asian ibex. Ibex is a species of wild goat. It is distributed in diverse habitats ranging from the cold deserts, rocky outcrops, steep terrain, highland flats, and mountain ridges to low mountains and foothills. The Himalayan ibex is distributed mainly in the trans Himalayan ranges of the Union territories of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir and the state of Himachal Pradesh. Himalayan ibex is listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. In India, Asiatic ibex is found in several protected areas in the western Himalayan region, for example, Jammu and Kashmir, Hemis National Park, Pin Valley, and Great Himalayan National Park in Himachal Pradesh. A recent study by scientists of the Zoological Survey of India, that is ZSI, has proved that Himalayan ibex is a distinct species from the Siberian ibex. Earlier, the Himalayan ibex was regarded as a subspecies of the Siberian ibex. Next, we have Markhor. It is a goat-like animal which is adapted to mountainous terrain with steep cliffs between 600 and 3600-meter elevation. The species is typically found in areas with open woodlands, scrublands, and light forests. In India, these are found in forests made up primarily of oaks, pines, junipers, and deodar. Markhor are diurnal, but most active in the early morning and late afternoon. They alternate seasonally between grazing, that is in summer, and browsing in winter, eating grasses and leaves. It is found mainly in Jammu and Kashmir. Currently, Markhor in India occur in only three small protected areas, which are the Limber Reserve, Lachipora Wildlife Sanctuary, and the Hirapura Wildlife Sanctuary. They occupy many areas in the Indo-Pakistan border zone in Kashmir. It is listed on the IUCN Red List as near threatened. It is also listed in the Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Appendix 1 of CITES. Coming on to the next animal, we have Bharal. It is also called the blue sheep. They are continuously distributed in the northern Himalaya and trans-Himalayan regions of India. They are relatively common in many areas of eastern Ladakh and in parts of Spiti and the upper Parvati Valley in northern Himachal Pradesh. They are known to occur in the Govind Pashu Vihar Wildlife Sanctuary and Nanda Devi National Park and near Badrinath in Uttarakhand. Existence in Kanchenjunga and in eastern Arunachal Pradesh has also been documented. The blue sheep inhabits open grassy slopes in high mountains from 2500 to let's say 5500 meter above sea level. They are usually found near cliffs and similar escape over cover, but generally avoid entering into the forested areas. They feed on grass and alpine herbs and lichens and live in small to rather large herds, alternatively resting and feeding on steep grassy slopes of alpine meadows. It is listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Next, we have Himalayan tahar. It is found in the Himalayan region from Jammu and Kashmir to Sikkim. Tahar inhabits temperate to subalpine forests up to tree line. In other words, we can say that Himalayan tahar inhabits steep rocky mountain sides, especially between 3000 to 4000 meter above sea level, with woods and rhododendron scrub. The species eats grass, other herbs, and some fruits also. It is listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. And as per the IUCN Red List, it is near threatened. Next, we'll discuss about Himalayan Sero. The Himalayan Sero is widespread but sparsely distributed throughout the forested southern slopes of the Himalaya in northern India, from Jammu and Kashmir to the Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh and in the hill states of northeastern India. The Himalayan Sero is listed on Appendix 1 of CITES and is listed in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. As per the IUCN, it is near threatened. It inhabits rugged, steep hills and rocky places, especially limestone regions up to 3000 meters above sea level, and also in hill and mountain forest areas with gentler terrain. Next, we'll discuss about the Himalayan goral. The Himalayan gorals feed on grassy ridges and steep rocky slopes, but hide in forest or rock crevices. It seeks shelter under rock overhangs. Gorals are diurnal and are most active in the early morning and late evening. The diet consists of grasses, leaves, twigs, fruits, and nuts. The main threats come from habitat destruction, hunting, and possibly from competition with livestock. It is listed on Appendix 1 of CITES. As per the IUCN, it is near threatened. It covers entire Himalayan range from Kashmir to northeast India and is found in northeast India. The basic place is found in northeast India. Next we have Argali. Within India, Argali are restricted to the eastern plateau of Ladakh in Spiti, Himachal Pradesh, and separately in northern Sikkim adjacent to the Tibet. Argali are rare but present in Kanchenjunga National Park in Sikkim, and it is considered near threatened by IUCN. Coming on to the next animal, we have Ural, or we can call it as Shapu. In India, Ural occurs only in Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir, where it is distributed discontinuously in a narrow band along the valley bottom to the foothill boundary of the Indus and Shyok Nubra rivers and some of their major tributaries. In other words, we can say that Ural occupy the low relatively accessible areas along the major valley corridors. It was listed in Schedule 1 of WPA 1972 and it is also listed in Appendix 1 of CITES as per the IUCN list, it is vulnerable. This species is herbivorous, feeding on grasses and shrubs and also grains. The Ural's habitat is very accessible and susceptible to overuse by livestock herding and other human activities. Discussing about the Eurasian lynx. Eurasian lynx is one of the medium-sized wildlife cats which roam the highest and cold snow-covered mountains of Ladakh. The cat is agile and strong and is highly adapted to the thin air atmosphere of Ladakh. It can be observed in Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary in the Indian cold desert of Ladakh. It is in the Schedule 1 species under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, or let's say WPA 1972. Next, we have Pallas cat. They are mainly found in Ladakh. Pallas cats are distributed in landscapes with extreme continental climates. Little rainfall, low humidity, and a wide range of temperatures. They select habitats that provide hiding cover, such as the ravines and rocky areas that allow them to move through the landscape without being detected. Their optimal habitat is believed to consist of a mix of grassland and shrub steppes with rocky cover, ravines, and hill slopes. As per the IUCN, it is in near threatened category. It is a Schedule 1 species under the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Palace cats feed predominantly on picas, small rodents, birds, hares, and marmots. Next animal we have Asiatic black bear. They continue within a narrow band along the foothills and south side of the Himalayas across India, Nepal, and Bhutan, and then more widely distributed at lower elevations in the hill states of northern eastern India. It is listed in Appendix 1 of CITES, in Schedule 1 of WPA 1972, and as vulnerable in IUCN list. An international conference on bears was organized in Agra, wherein 11 countries participated. This conference was hosted by Wildlife SOS. The Wildlife SOS is a non-profit organization from India. It is it was established in 1995 with the primary objective of rescuing and rehabilitating wildlife in distress and preserving India's natural heritage. The North Kirby Anglong Wildlife Sanctuary in Assam is one of the few places in the world where all the three species, that is, Asiatic black bear, sloth bears, and sun bears, coexist. The next animal is Himalayan wolf. It occurs in the Ladakh and in the Lahaul and Spiti region in Himachal Pradesh. It was also sighted in the alpine meadows above the tree above the tree line northeast of Nanda Devi National Park in Uttarakhand. It is listed in Appendix 1 of CITES in Schedule 1 of WPA 1972. Next we have Himalayan white-bellied musk deer. It is found in all states of northern Himalayas including Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. It is also found in parts of Sikkim. It roams in the high alpine region of the Himalayas at an elevation range of 2500 to, let's say, 5000 meter. They are killed to extract the musk pod which is carried by the male deer in its abdomen. The musk emits a sweet, persistent aroma and is highly valued for its cosmetic and pharmaceutical properties. It is listed as an endangered species in the Red List data of IUCN and has been placed in the Schedule 1 under the WPA 1972 and is also listed in Appendix 1 of CITES.